Hi, everybody. It's Heather from the Chronicles of Mama Mac, and welcome to Awaken by Heather Membership Circle. I'm coming to you today. This is a very special new moon ceremony that I wanted to share with you. Mainly because this is the second new moon that we have in July, and it's really powerful. And it's right on the cusp of our brand new month coming up. So I felt it very, very strongly to check in with all of you and just talk about some of the things that have been kicking up and what's ahead of us in this next month. I'm really excited about the next month ahead of us. The vibration feels really good, and I love that you guys keep leaning in and checking in and being a part of this very special community that I'm building. I am doing it from my heart to yours to really truly shine the light so that you are filled with the possibilities of brand new beginnings. So with that, I want to say welcome. And today's medicine, so if you stick with me, I just got finished burning a little bit of sweetgrass. Today's been a rough one for me. There's been a lot of debris kicking up, a lot of challenges around relationships. If you're following me on the Chronicles of Mama Mac page, you'll see that I did a Wisdom Wednesday check-in that talked a little bit about that. Old stories and old patterns play out on a regular basis. I am no exception to that. And I want you to know that for everything that each one of you are traveling and journeying and being challenged with, I am too. Just to give you a brief, outline, I'm in a brand new world this month. For the last 6 months, I've definitely been shifting and struggling, I'm going to call it, with changing the direction and what my intention was. I laid out very, very clearly last year that I wanted to be in the universe as a person of influence, to be able to hold sacred space and share and shine the light for like-minded tribe members who were really looking to empower themselves, to grow, expand, stretch, and heal. As a result of that, so many people have blessed my life. I have had the opportunity to work with so many beautiful souls and watch them transform their stumbling blocks into these beautiful pieces of foundation and gems that they're building their new life on. And it's absolutely magnificent. And I thank each and every one of you for that. So in doing that, my day-to-day life and business definitely started to be challenged. Long story short, a few weeks ago, right in between that full moon Mercury retrograde middle, I walked away from my full-time job, and I threw myself into my teachings and trusting my gut, because my gut had been screaming at me for months, and it was one too many times that I had been accused, surrounded, and kind of cornered, and that didn't feel very good for me. Now you have to know that in my past, that was what I knew, and I would just retreat and be tough and get that armadillo skin up, and I would work and work and work and work and just do it anyway. I would totally not listen to my inner voice that said, listen, this isn't right. You do have a voice. So for the last few months, we've been really talking about honoring the power of our voice and using it and cultivating it. And when I did that work last month and opened things up, it became very, very clear to me that shifts had to be made and changes had to be made, and that my voice was worthy of being heard. So I know we worked through that last month in our surrender and release focus. And I can't help but feel that this month coming up is going to be about rebuilding. It's going to be about resting and pulling in all of the magical lessons and teachings that maybe we've all learned through the experiences of the last month. I know for me, I'm going to be calling in my bear medicine to just give me strength and help me to take stock of everything that has happened, everything that's ahead, everything, the wisdom is everywhere. And I think that, as women and caregivers and mothers and wives and friends and coworkers, we never ever give ourselves the space to just really truly be, to be in the essence and the presence of the divineness of who we are as women, of who we are as goddesses, and as who we are as just loving, compassionate souls with a purpose. So this month, I drew a card out of the Universe Talks, and I thought it was very, very, very fitting that I get this card. So I'm going to just show it to you. Hopefully, you can see the light. And it's a big old eye, and there's nothing more powerful and more scary than really truly looking at your life, to looking inside your soul to see what makes you tick. And it's important. We all need to do it. We need to get to our center, because when we're in our center and we're in a beautiful and special place, then we start to flourish. We start to really truly grow because we know exactly who we are. So this card says, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. What if that someone was seeing yourself through the eyes of love? This has been a really huge lesson for me over the last few years. I didn't look at myself through the eyes of love. I looked at myself through a very skewed lens. And that was because of my programming. And it was also because that was my defense mechanism. And I think that this last two new moon cycles and a full moon cycle with Mercury retrograde has really brought attention to the fact that we are worthy of self-love. We are worthy of showing up in our own world. Our voice matters. Our heart matters. All the old stuff we have to let go of in order to bring in the new beautiful stuff that's all around us. Because every time we keep stuffing or filling the armor of protection, we get to a point where there's no more room, there's no air, there's no ebb, and there's no flow. And so we become stagnant, and then we run into trouble, and then things just kick up. So it's best if we just honor the cycle that we talked about last month, about releasing and accepting, receiving and giving. What if for this month ahead, or even this last day of July 31st, today, we looked at ourselves in the mirror and we said, Heather, I really love you. I'm so proud of the person that you are. I'm so proud of where you've come from. This thing, and start naming off the things in your life that you've accomplished, that you have truly brought power to and felt the power within yourself. Let's honor those bits of ourselves that are our inner warriors, that stand tall and protect us and guide us and shift us through the shitty parts when we need them to. So just self-love. And when you're done self-loving, let's flip the focus for next month at looking at our life through the lens of love. How do we find the courage to rest and rebuild? What is it that we want to bring into our life? Who do we want in our life? What situations make us happy? What in our life is taking us further away from that happiness? You know that we always do a new moon ceremony, and nothing is changing here. I'm actually going to light a candle, which I have right here. And today we're going to do a little release around. Maybe I'm going to actually get another candle. Hold on a minute. I'm back. So this new moon in July opens up 2 weeks of potential in the sign of Leo. The Leo new moon is all about passion and fire and love and commitment. So if you're in a place where your relationships are kicking up dust right now, it's okay. It's a process. It's kicking up dust for a reason. Just take a look at it. Back up, take the glasses off, and take a look at what is it that's causing trouble right now. What is it provoking in you, and what is it stirring in you, and how can you shift out of it? Look through a different lens to say, okay, this is all workable. It is all movable. I just need to shift my viewpoint. So I light the candle tonight. I've already lit the sage. I'm going to light a little Palo Santo, and I just want everybody to close their eyes for a couple minutes. And we're just going to check in with our body. And we're going to just do a little journey walk here with honoring our inner soul and being free to release and love and be. Okay? So, as we gather here today in our new moon post August sprinkle at the Awaken by Heather membership site, I want to share my sacred medicine with each and every one of you to hold the space and the light and the intention for this next month. Our candle is lit, and together we are going to align and work with the energies of the medicine wheel teaching. So I call in from the south our beautiful deer medicine, and in the west our buffalo medicine, in the north our bear medicine, and in the east our eagle medicine. With all of these special medicines and sacred teachers with us, we can then really truly work to open up and honor. I call in Grandmother Moon as we enter this next cycle, and Grandfather Sky, and all of our ancestors and our helpers and our aides and our guides and our family members that are there to protect us. I want everybody to just take a few breaths here. And as you're breathing in and out, I want you to just kind of flip the switch in your brain of the last month, the last 30 days. How's it been? What's been going on? What's been kicking up for you? And what has been showing you some of the cracks or some of your strengths or weaknesses? Just observe them now. They're not here. We're not here to relive them. We're just solely here to be able to see them on a reel in front. So in with the breath and out with the breath. Feeling your whole body relaxing. In and out. I want you to imagine that I'm just going to turn on some music here, which also helps us. I want you to imagine that there is a beautiful light above, and it's coming down and it's touching your head. It's going through your head, into your forehead, to your eyes, to your nose, to your mouth, to your throat, and into your chest. In your chest, in your heart, and down into your stomach, and then into your hips, and your knees, and your ankles, into your feet, and down below into the ground beneath you. So you're divinely connected above, and you're divinely connected to the earth below. You have these powers that are there that are lighting up your body, and you feel how powerful you are when you attach yourself and connect to everything in your life around you. So on that screen that's playing out of the events of the last month, I want you just to maybe focus on one or two of them that have really rocked your boat, shaking you up, maybe caused a stir in you. And I want you to just breathe through them. As you're breathing through them and thinking about them, what is it about that that's troubling you? What is it that is stirred up in your life? Is it something from right now? Is it a lack of what is? Or maybe is it a lack of what was? Is it a past wound that has been carried over for generations and generations? And maybe it's not even something that's yours, but you've been handed the privilege of being able to heal it and let it go and release it. Take a breath in and a breath out. And you know that you're connected above and below. And I want you to imagine for a minute that you see a very bright, beautiful, rainbow-like light coming towards you. And it's coming towards your chest. And it gets to your chest and it fills your whole heart area, your throat, your stomach, and you know you're safe. This beautiful rainbow light is actually an ancestor who is here to help you to clear and move and let go of these three things that are troubling you or have been troubling you this month. They're here to remind you that you're strong and that you're capable and that you have the power to move mountains and that this is only just a blip, just something to sweep off and let go of once and for all. Breathe it in and breathe it out. And whenever you're ready, I want you to just imagine blowing that energy that you're watching on the reel into the light. So it's like this. And you can do this a couple more times. And as you blow out, I want you to imagine that it is all being released. It's cleared and it's given to your ancestor to hold in the vibrant light and take away from you. One last breath cycle in and out, letting go of it forever. I want you to see your ancestor taking that away. And the light is removed from your throat and your chest and your heart and your stomach. And it is taking all of that heaviness and pain and experience that's no longer serving you. And it's going off into the air, into the sky, into the stars, where it's free to be let up and let loose because it's no longer yours. Now I want you to imagine that a beautiful, beautiful deer appears in front of you. And that beautiful deer is shining brightly. Its eyes are stunning. And you look deep into them and you know that you are here and you are filled with goodness and light and peace. So all of that stuff that you just released with your elder, this deer is bringing you the peace and love and joy back just by looking in her eyes. Your whole body is filled with that purity now, that gentleness, that compassion, and that energy. And you know that you can put on and take on anything that you want moving forward. Once again, you are able to receive and release and receive. And now as we step into this beautiful month of August, our arms are open wide with Dawn Spirit right beside us, dear Spirit, and our elders and ancestors and guides. And we open our arms to all of the beauty around us, to all of the pleasure, to the excitement, to the passion, and to the creation of doing and being our best version of ourselves. Take that all in. And whenever you're ready, I want you to open your eyes and I want you to come back to the room here, okay? You know, dear medicine is always with us because we are in that cycle inside of the medicine wheel. You always have the power through your breath to be able to truly ground in and get back in. I would recommend to each and every one of you tonight as we leave this July cycle and enter into August to write down the three things, the three remaining things that maybe you want to let go of, that you want to change once and for all. And then burn them with your candle like we have, okay? So we're going to burn it with our candle. And we are truly going to let it go. And then I want you to write with power and intention what you're setting up for the next month ahead. As I said to you, August is going to be about courage and honoring the rest cycle and rebuilding. So I'm excited about that because we're going to be dipping in and out of several different exercises. We'll have some different interviews with people. I also want to take a look at another means for wellness as far as ketones are concerned. Ketones, I've been hearing a lot about them. You know what? We hear all about the keto diet. And we hear all about ketosis and ketones, and I think there's a lot of confusion out there. People are actually working with ketones and they're having great success. People are actually doing the keto diet and they're having great success. But you know what? As a wellness coach, um, I have to just ask that you take a look at what you're doing because you cannot sustain this lifestyle for a long period of time. And ultimately, if you want to have a positive lifestyle change, you have to surround yourself with sustainable ways in which you do that. Food is an absolute first fundamental. Retraining your brain comes right after that. Exercise, reprogramming. Those are the things that are important for long, sustainable, healthy weight loss and healthy living. There's all kinds of fads out there. And yes, you can lose lots of weight on the keto diet, but you can also put yourself into a state of concern. And when you go off of that, the risk of you climbing back up that ladder of weight gain is high. And I don't want to burst anybody's bubble ever. I just want to be here to give you options. Oh, where did you all go? Oh no, where is it? Stay with me. Oh, computer, I tell you, Mercury retrograde. Anyway, I just want to give you all options. Ketos, the keto diet and ketosis is a very real thing, and it's a very powerful thing, and there is science behind it. I just want you to be educated about the right kind of sciences and the right kind of options. So I will be talking about that inside. We're going to be doing our roundtable with a group of goons. And we're going to be pulling some topics from the hat, and I'm sure that this is going to become a very popular thing to share. I'm excited about it. I'm a little scared about it too, because you never know what's going to happen at the round table. But anyway, I just wanted to pop in here with you today to be able to give you those little tidbits, that little reminder to keep on going, to keep on pushing, let you know what's coming up in August. Your your August Oracle reading will be up tomorrow. I'll be putting that up for everybody. And then I'll also put up the intention, and I'll give you probably 2 or 3 really clear, defined action steps that you can take away for yourself. Right now, I am going to pull 3 cards for us while we're here today. I've been going with the Animal Spirit deck by Paulette Baron Reed because I really like it and I really like the cards and the messaging. I want to remind everybody, actually, I want to step back for a minute. We are also going to have a special live session with Beverly Frosch. I know we couldn't get it done in July just because of some family events that were happening. So that didn't happen, but I will be bringing that to you in August as promised in July. It's a little bit late. So we'll have that in there in addition to our spotlight this month and then a live Q&A with them as well. What else do we have? I will be working on, I just did a little new moon guided with you here today. I will be uploading a new moon meditation probably later this week for you all. And then I do encourage you to please reach out. If you have a friend or you know somebody who would be interested, oh, okay, who would be interested in being a part of this membership, let me know. Have them contact me and I can set it all up. If you have some comments about the membership, if you're looking for something, some more one-on-one, give me a reach out. Share us on Facebook, share us with whoever you can. There will be some workshops. Right now it's summertime and there's not a whole lot going on, but I do plan on showing up inside of here with some more very personal and very creative ways to dig in and help you truly focus on some self-care stuff whenever you're ready. There will be some new programming that's coming out in the fall. Right now, we're just enjoying summer. We're enjoying this period of just being and learning. And I encourage you to do that. We're all in this phase of really, truly opening up to the big, hard work that we have just completed over these last few months. I know the next 6 months of this year are going to be absolutely spectacular. And I want you to be prepared. I want you to seed. I want you to really, truly dive in and live. So with that, I'm going to leave you with the 3 cards. So the very first card that we got was Sandpiper, and it was Be Playful. You know what? These sandpipers actually hang out on the beaches of Wasaga Beach, not far from here. And we protect them. I think they're the sandpiper. Yeah. They're very, very playful birds. And this is a reminder that we need to be more playful in our lives. Sometimes it gets heavy. This last month has been an example of that. Now's the time to rest, to rejoice, to rebuild, and to play. When you play, you learn. When you play, you stretch. So do that. Find your play in whatever you do and whatever you can be. The next thing was flamingo. How beautiful is a flamingo? I personally love flamingos. I love the pinkness of them. I love the way they stand and their nose and all those things. But when I look at this, I see a magnificent, what is the word whenever you're just regal? That's it. A regal person that's just standing tall and strong and firm in their own skin, in their own power, and in their own feathers. Flamingo spirit on this card actually says embrace the in-between. So how fitting are we in between a shift right now, and we get a flamingo that reminds us of that. So just become comfortable, embrace it, play with it, test it, love it, and embrace it, and surrender to it. The last card that we have is wasp spirit. We all know what happens whenever we get stung by a wasp. It hurts. It says here that sometimes life stings. How true of a statement is that? If life has been in a place of stinging you lately, know that you've been hurt here today, that you're not alone, and that with every sting comes the beauty of a brand new healing, a brand new stretching. When you've been stung, you enter an in-between time, and in between, you're just starting to learn who you are, what you are, where you are, and how you go on. When you're fully surrendering, embracing, and being playful, you're going to learn very quickly what drives you, what calls on you, and what brings you forward. So those are the 3 cards for July 31st, new moon. Welcome August 1st tomorrow. Lots of beautiful things in August coming up. Lots of beautiful things with you guys. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for tuning in always, sharing, committing. Chime in here, people. I like to hear from you. Reach out to me. We'll do some more card pulls next month too. And I'm looking forward to what this next few months brings. So from my heart to yours, much love. See you all on the other side of July, and have a great one. Take care, everybody.